Welcome to another episode of WrestleStop. Jeff and Joe are going to recap the Smackdown from last week, which was, what was the date?
Friday, August 22nd by my calendar.
Sounds right to me. For Friday, August 22nd. And make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe. Go tell all your friends. Tell your parents. Tell anybody that you know. Just go paint it on men's bathroom stalls if you have to. Do what you got to do. Tell everybody you know. On to the video. Thanks for
SmackDown last Friday was live from Dublin, Ireland. So when it started, I thought to myself, hey, this makes a little bit of sense. Now I see why they're pushing Sheamus versus Rusev, give Sheamus a match in his home country. And I was wrong. They didn't end up wrestling that night. But as I thought that's why they were doing it. So, but no, actually, Becky Lynch came out, started the show. She started off appealing to the crowd, in her home country and all that. I was thinking to myself, oh, is she going to play heel? How is she going to do this? And crowd was fired up, rooting for her. Becky started off emotional, and then she started yelling, tells fans they don't deserve it. They don't deserve her, so she started playing the heel role. They're a bunch of trash. So the fans turned on her, started chanting, "We want Lyra." Becky continued to attack the crowd, attacking Irish celebrities like Bono, And then she of course, dropped her favorite line recently. She's the hero with a very hot husband, playing up her marriage to Seth Rollins and all that. So fans after that started chanting CM Punk. Becky went back, started tearing down Bono and again, other Irish celebrities again. This time, Tiffany interrupted, came out. That kind of shocked me a little bit. Nia Jax followed that up, and then out came Jade Storm. They all argued, bickered for a little bit, set up the tag team for the main event.
Jade Storm.
Jade
Cargill.
Jade Cargill stormed in, whatever. They called her Storm,
Okay. Okay. All right. Let me get rid of this. This is ugly.
Yeah.
Were you done? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Becky Lynch was obviously very popular there. She got a big pop when she came out, but the crowd quickly started booing her when she started cutting down everybody. I don't know. I thought it was an entertaining moment. Becky's been cutting some decent promos when she's a heel. She's funny.
Yeah, I think she's better as a heel than I liked her as a face. So yeah.
She's very cookie cutter though. She starts off as the good guy and then flips it and starts cutting down everybody. It's very cookie cutter heel work, in my opinion. But
she seems to be patterning some of her speech off our president. I don't know if you noticed. Everybody's saying. Have you heard this? Everybody's saying, pay attention. She seems to be mimicking the president, using some of his speech.
Okay. So, I haven't heard that, and I didn't see it, so I'm going to pay attention to it now.
Yeah, but it's like the one line she uses all the time that everybody says, everybody's saying, I'm the best ever, that kind of thing. Referencing, not mentioning anybody's name, but everybody says, or I heard this. So it just kind of caught me off guard the last couple things.
My biggest problem with this is, what was the Tiffany connection? Why did she come out and interfere? And then Nia Jax came out, which I know Nia Jax and Tiffany have a history with each other.
Yeah.
So I guess those two make sense. And then Jade comes out. Where does Jade fit in? I didn't like, maybe Jade had something with Tiffany Stratton, or she.
Well, Jade's going after the championship. She wants a rematch with Tiffany Stratton.
But
I think it was just a way to get Becky in a relatively high profile match in her home country.
Yeah. I know I do grades. You don't like grades, but I gave her promo a B+. But for the potential main event, I already gave an F.
Well, we'll discuss that in a little bit.
Because that just has train wreck written all over it.
Yeah. So after that, we went backstage. They cut into Carmelo Hayes talking to Fraction backstage. The Miz comes out. Fraction starts attacking him for turning on Carmelo last week and interfering in the match. And Melo defended the Miz. So then they cut to, they went out and it was Mello Don't Miz in a match versus the Motor City Machine Guns. The winner of this match was moving on to a number one contender match, I think, next week on Raw or next week on SmackDown.
Against who?
Well, that was later in the night. We'll find out.
Oh, we'll find out.
Yeah, there was another.
There was. There was. I see it. Okay.
So no problem. Mello and Miz had a little argument at the beginning over who's going to start. Just continuing their disagreements on how they should act as a tag team and all that. So Miz ended up starting, but Mello immediately tagged himself in. Mello reached out to allow Miz to tag him back in, and then when Miz tried to tag in, he did the "you're too slow." And so just a continuing bicker back and forth. So crowd ended up rooting for Miz. You know, they were rooting for him pretty heavy throughout the night. And again, they got into a bit of a dispute over who was going to do the finisher for the match. Miz ended up getting the pin, but they ended up celebrating together afterwards. So, you know, we'll see where they're going with this.
Yeah, where are they going with this? There was a point, this is when they were in the back and they were having a conversation, and Mello said something about Miz is smarter than everybody, but then he like took his glasses down and stared directly at Miz. I don't know if that was supposed to be a hint of things to come. I think Motor City Machine Guns is a good tag team that I don't think WWE knows what to do with. Therefore, they should never have signed them and brought them over.
Yeah, they signed them. They gave them an immediate tag title win.
Yeah.
They took it back from them, and they've been kind of like it in the jobbers as of late. They're almost using them to just push over. They're in some high profile matches, but I don't remember the last time I saw them get a win. You know.
Yeah, I don't either. I gave the match a B plus though. Thought it was okay.
Yeah, no,
it was entertaining.
Good. Yeah, they're all both relatively good tag teams, so that was an entertaining match. So afterwards, we went backstage. Big Jim was interviewing. They were interviewing Big Jim about the upcoming his child and all. Sammy came in and interrupted. He's super excited to be Uncle Sammy. You know, it reminded me of here at Woodhaven, the Uncle Sam Jam. You know, kind of laughed a little bit. Then Solo interrupted. You know, Uncle Sammy and Solo got into an argument on who's going to be the better uncle or the number one uncle in the family. You know, Sammy's response was no yeet, you know, playing up Jimmy's saying from back with yeet, no yeet and all that. Where I lost my notes here.
I don't have any of that. So
and then I just thought to myself, Baby Uso's about to be the next Dominic. Everybody's gonna be fighting over custody of Baby Uso.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see what that
definitely wouldn't put that past them to do that.
So
yeah, my next note is just the next match. So I don't know if anything happened before Flair and Piper Niven.
No, they just had that backstage little confrontation there. Next match was Charlotte Flair versus Piper Niven. You know, it was an okay match. I think neither of us really like Charlotte Flair, but we both talked we like Piper Niven. You know, I thought it was a pretty entertaining match. You know, they went through. There was some Chelsea interfered a little bit. There was some back and forth. Charlotte put the figure 8 on Piper for trying to get her submit. Chelsea reached in, raked her face. Broke up the move. Charlotte ended up in the corner. Piper hit her with a big avalanche, and then the Piper driver. And I was shocked to see Piper get a clean win. I mean, yes, Chelsea interfered.
Yeah, there was interference, but she got a pin.
She got a pin. Yeah, it wasn't a submission or anything. Or Chelsea didn't hold down her legs during the pin or anything like that. So,
because of that, I gave it a C minus. Anything else, that would have been a D or worse.
Yeah.
That match wasn't very good. I like Piper Niven. They don't do enough with her. She's stuck where she's at right now. So she got the win. I'll give it a C minus passing grade. So
went backstage again. Mia-Chin confronted your girl Julia backstage. She wants a match. Again, I don't know what they're doing here. Julia doesn't seem to wrestle. Mia-Chin just keeps coming in, contesting her, confronting her every week. So they're building toward a potential match. So something's gonna happen.
I gave that segment an A plus. It doesn't matter what Julia does. As long as she's on the TV, then we're good.
Building toward a match. One of these days, we'll get to see her wrestle again.
Doesn't matter.
So
A plus. Best part of the entire show so far.
Alrighty. Next up was John Cena came to the ring, started a promo. Logan Paul interrupted. Of course, Logan played the heel move, starts insulting the Irish crowd, calls them a bunch of drunk, lazy leprechauns. They all started chanting, "Who are you?" Just had me cracking up. You know, these European crowds. It's so entertaining to watch these. You know, Smackdown in these events just to hear the crowds and what are they going to chant. The U.S. does the same 2 or 3 chants, and like the "Who are you" chant I'd never heard before. I had to look it up to make sure that's what they were saying. But yeah, I guess it's a derisive chant during soccer matches, just saying, "Hey, you're not as big as or cool as you think you are. Who are you? You're nobody." You know. So, you know, Logan kept talking, made fun of the crowd, started making fun of Cena, called him an imposter because he doesn't wrestle full time anymore. He, you know, started teasing him for only having 5 moves. The crowd started chanting more, calling him a wanker. Getting another one got me laughing again. So Cena finally cut him off, started to speak himself, complimented Paul, saying he's a great wrestler, calls him a future champion and a WrestleMania main eventer. And he says he's not an outsider. We're stuck with him. He's going to be in wrestling long term. So he's pushing him, and everything. But he calls him a disappointment. He said you like to promote yourself and how good of a wrestler you are. Well, you've had 23 matches. I've been wrestling for 23 years. calls him a parasite with one move, and then John Cena did his one move, he ate him, and the segment was over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to add to that. There was one part that I liked, and that's when he was telling them that he cut the line, and and he was kind of hindering other people growing, like moving up the card. And the one person he did mention that stood out to me is he said Dominic Mysterio.
I did, yeah, I picked up that as well. Yep.
So I think that's kind of cool. That Dom is getting that I know he gets the recognition. I've read the stuff that everyone in the back thinks he's great and everything, but it's cool to see it on TV for once. I gave it a decent. I gave it a B for the promo.
Yes. I thought it was both pretty good.
They're
both good on the mic. Logan
Paul gets crazy heat.
Yes. Yeah. He comes out and he plays the perfect heel. Everybody hates him. They love to hate him.
That's the best thing. He's playing himself.
Yes.
Which is the perfect heel. So yeah, I don't know. It's pretty good. So that was entertaining.
Cut backstage again. Jade and Tiffy were talking about their upcoming tag match for the night, and Jade just says, "Hey, we're gonna team tonight, but I still want another title shot." Is what it is.
I don't even have that written down, so
no problem. We can move on.
I must have slept right through that one.
So next match we had Street Profits versus Tonga Loa and JC Mateo, the MFTs. The winner of this match moves on to face the winner of the earlier match for the number one contender.
If you guys are paying attention, there was some foreshadowing.
Some foreshadowing. Would that be some foreshadowing? Oh, in our we foreshadowing.
Yeah.
So they introduced that, and then they cut backstage again. We had Drew McIntyre talking with Logan Paul. Drew says Logan's not acting himself. Logan's acting scared, but he shouldn't be scared. He's like, that's not Super Cena out there anymore. You don't have to respect him. So I want you to make it right by the end of the night. He hinted he needs to do something similar to Logan Paul that he did to when he took out Cody Rhodes.
That just made me think of something, but I'll get to it when we do the Raw recap.
Okay.
Because something very similar happened on Raw. Almost the exact same.
Yeah. So, so going back to the match with the Street Profits and the Tonga Loa, I didn't take a whole lot down here. Tala Tonga interfered at one point. Big Jim came down, helped with a chair, and then Tala Tonga, he hit him once with the chair, kind of shrugged it off. Jim came at him with the chair again. He gave the big boot through the chair to the face, just absolutely destroyed Big Jim. Sami Zayn then came down, took out Solo, of course, building toward their upcoming match. Montez Ford hit a big frog splash, pins JC Mateo for the win. So, we've got your boys, the Street Profits versus
whoever won the other match.
The earlier match. Oh my God, why can't I draw the blank here? I think I need a pick-me-up. Maybe we'll do a pick-me-up a little later here, Joe.
Oh, we can do it in here right after this if you'd like.
All right, and we're going back. Who do they fight? Oh, Mello Don't Miss. Yeah, we got Street Profits versus Mello Don't Miss for the upcoming number one contenders match. What a
banger of a match that's going to be.
Sweet. But thinking of that match, we've talked in the past how...
unless this is a push for Mello.
Could be.
If this is the start of a push for Mello, then I'm okay with it. If not, why?
But the finisher, Montez Ford hitting that splash, we've talked about how we'd both like to see him on a singles match.
Yeah, I'm just sick of the tag team.
Yeah, how athletic he is. And I thought to myself, we saw Logan Paul earlier. We saw John Cena mentioned Dom Mysterio earlier. So who of those three have the better frog splash? They all use the frog splash. I think
probably Ford,
Logan, Paul, and
Logan Paul's outside of the ring when he jumps from the ring post onto the announcer table is incredible.
Yeah, but I would agree. I think Montez Ford gets the most height and the most athletic, but all three of them have really good frog splashes. They're just seeing it and then hearing the other guys earlier made me think of that at the end of the match. So
they should do a frog match, a frog splash match.
There we go.
Yeah.
So
my notes on that one, I'm going to read them as I wrote them.
Okay.
Profits win a match of two teams I don't care about. C+.
There we go. Right down the middle.
I guess if it was for I didn't even catch that it was for the number one contender thing when I was watching it. I guess the right team won because I really don't want to see the MFT fighting for a tag team championship. But again, it's Raw's tag team division's bad.
Yeah.
We're going to see that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So that's that. We'll see when did they announce the match for next week? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I didn't take notes if they did. I apologize. So.
You know what though? Time we take an ad break.
Oh yeah, ad break. Let's do it. I need to pick me up.
We're gonna go ahead and enjoy ourselves a delicious grog. I have the peach flavor.
Grape here.
He has the grape flavor, and this is shout out to my guys over at Cold Ones, Max and Chad. If you don't watch this, who am I kidding?
Maybe they'll watch now.
Maybe they'll watch
We'll
now.
line them up for a future phone call.
Max, Chad, cold ones. Everyone drink grog. It's good. It's delicious.
It's my first grog. I'll let you know what I think.
Oh, this is his first time drinking grog. Let's crack. Oh, hear that snap? No other can snaps like that. Bombs up, buddy. Delicious grog.
That is delicious. Yes.
You know, I'm going to put it right here.
Put it right up front.
Put it right here. My one complaint about grog is these are the only two flavors that are here, apparently. And we got to go backwards. Yeah, right there. Yeah. These are the only two flavors we got here. So why don't you guys release the rest? I know you guys have a bunch more. So
I like the grape soda. Is one of my favorites.
No, it's good. These two are good, but they have other flavors too. I like a bigger variety. Anyway, all right.
I probably would have picked grape anyway. So.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Alrighty. Next up, we had
my biggest problem of the night.
A match between Aleister Black versus your boy Ron Killings. Aleister Black came down, stood in the ring. R2 showed up on video to announce that he went to the wrong Dublin, Georgia.
Which was funny. That was funny. That's old R-Truth stuff again.
Yeah, so he called out his boy Damian Priest, building up on that rivalry. Damian Priest and Aleister Black had a big brawl, and of course, security came out to break it up. On that note, you said, Ron Killings or whatever, went back. R-Truth went back to his comedy roots. Mm-hmm. I did see in an interview you did recently that the serious R-Truth has gone for good. It didn't really work. He's gonna be R-Truth again, not Ron Killings. So we'll see.
Good. So I got, because they eventually try to do the match right with R-Truth. They cut to commercial and come back. Aleister Black's already in the ring.
Yeah.
Are they pushing him or not? Because the entrance is a big part, and I think he has a cool entrance. But for them to cut that off the TV, which I know the people in the crowd get to see it, but there's more people watching on TV that are in the crowd. So they just cut to commercial and come back and he's in the ring. If I didn't watch wrestling a lot, I would think there's some jobber in the ring. Yes. It's just some guy. I mean, they can't do that. They have the time. They can cut out some of this other crap and give these guys at least, or maybe if they have to, just cut the entrance down a little bit, tell them to walk a little faster or something, but just to come in there. And then I have Black with no TV entrance versus R-Truth. Nope, it's Damian Priest. No match. I gave it an F because I really like Aleister Black. Damian Priest is okay. I don't really care about R-Truth a whole lot, but I don't know. We'll get to what I think may happen with that later, but in a different video, not this video. But yeah, for it was just a waste of time.
All right, so next up, they were going to do a Cody Rhodes update, only to say that there is no update available.
Drew came out to do a Cody Rhodes update.
Well, then Drew McIntyre interrupted.
Yeah.
He interrupts the recap, called Cody Rhodes a little bitch, and then just absolutely gets RKO'd out of nowhere. But probably one of the biggest surprise RKOs I've seen in a long time. They cut in on Drew pretty damn close. Next thing you know, you just see Randy Orton's head pop up, delivers the RKO, and then it's over. So
yeah, I guess that was entertaining for the most part, but I don't know. SmackDown. Well, we'll get to it at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says cut backstage again. Becky Lynch, Nia Jax talking this time. They still say they're mortal enemies, but Becky Lynn needs to win in her home country to prove she's the hero. So that's her night. She wants to get a win tonight to prove that she's a hero. It doesn't matter to Nia Jax. It's more important that Becky she gets the win. So then they advertise next SmackDown, Mello Don't Miz versus Street Profits for the number one contender match.
So there you go. So they did. Yep.
There you go. So then we had then they also advertised Secret Service versus the Tag Team Champions, which of course they've been building to over 3 or 4 matches over the last few weeks, one-on-one matches. So next week we got Secret Service versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss for the Tag Team Championships. I don't see Secret Service.
He said Alexa Bliss again.
Yeah. I don't see Secret Service winning. I hope they do, just to get the belts off of Charlotte and Alexa Bliss.
I don't think they're going to split those two up for some reason, but
I'll be rooting for Secret Service and Chelsea Green next week.
Yeah, same.
So next was the final, the main event: Tiffany and Jade versus Becky and Nia. I thought actually Jade didn't look so bad in this match. I know we've complained about her a lot, but they slowed down a lot of her moves. She wasn't doing as much acrobatic stuff, as fast stuff. She really played up her power in this match. I thought she came across a little bit better. It was rather short though and anticlimactic.
Yeah.
I expected 4 big name, wrestlers like that. There weren't a lot of kickouts or it was a relatively short, straightforward match. I was surprised by how quickly it ended.
Yes.
I did not write down who won though.
Jade and Tiffy won.
Okay.
Tiffany Stratton won. I gave it not great a C.
Oh, Jade Power Bob Naya or something off the top.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still not sold on Jade. It's going to take probably another year before she gets out of the dumpster for me. But
yeah, definitely need more matches. Like I said, I always watch her when she's out there looking for botches.
Yeah, I mean that's a bad reason to tune into a wrestler though.
But I was relatively impressed for a single, for the one match. So
all right, and I mean she was also with like Becky Lynch carry wrestlers. I mean she's good enough to do that. Tiffany Stratton really isn't. Jax. She's not that great either. I don't know who I would pick as worse, but doesn't matter. Anyway, the match was just okay. It was okay for what it was. Main event? No, that was not a main event match.
Rather anticlimactic end to the night. So.
Yeah.
The climactic event, we cut backstage again.
I have a question about this too.
Nick Aldis calls John Cena's side, starts to mention Brock Lesnar, and then Logan Paul just runs out of nowhere, punches John Cena once. John Cena falls down. Nick Aldis calls for a medic, and that's the end from a single punch. I know they.
Did you watch it live or did you watch it on replay?
I was watching live. No, I was not. We were out of town. I watched it on the replay.
I also watched it on replay, but I read some stuff, and apparently, and I could be 100% wrong on this, so don't quote me on this. All of our viewers don't flame me in the comments.
We need comments.
Actually, yeah, go ahead and flame me in the comments. That's fine. That something happened when they were recording it, when Logan did something to Cena or whatever, when he went to hit him or whatnot. Something didn't work right, and then they showed it again right after, like the exact same segment, but that's when he punched him.
Okay.
So they showed the same thing twice, just 2 different ways. I could be wrong on that. That's what I read.
On the recap, they just showed the punch.
Yeah, when we watched the replay, because I watched replay too, so I don't have anything I can really go on that. But they like screwed up and they showed the same thing twice, but just happening 2 different ways.
Oh, okay.
From what I read, allegedly,
from
what I read, could be wrong. Don't know what I read. But yeah, he knocked him out because remember Logan when he first came on, his thing was he has metal in his hand. And he's got that mean right hook or whatever.
I kind of knew what they were going to. I thought the announcers maybe should have reminded you, hey, no, he hit him with the Logan fist.
The Logan fist.
The loaded fist.
He got fisted by Logan. Maybe they shouldn't have worded it that way.
That would have been a different climax.
All right. Anyway, I was generous on the show. I gave the show a B-. I probably should have gave it a C+.
Like we said, we're in that lull. We're in that post SummerSlam lull as they're kind of building, the upcoming Clash in Paris. They don't really have a whole lot of exciting matches going. I think they're
Smackdown just lately for me has just been not good. It's been boring. It's hard to watch. I make my poor girlfriend watch it with me, and I watch it for this, but I'm not really enjoying it. I mean, I'm enjoying the wrestling and stuff like that, and that's fine, but the storylines and stuff just aren't that good on SmackDown, and some of the teams aren't that good. And
they've got all the tag teams.
Well, they
don't have any big. I mean, they got the big name wrestlers. As we started when we did our Raw Mail recaps. It's like they got Cody Rhodes, they got John Cena.
Well, that's Raw. No, you just said Raw.
I meant when we did our rankings. We were talking about how SmackDown had more of the the higher tiered wrestlers right now. It just
doesn't feel like it though.
It's not. No.
SmackDown's just been lame lately. I don't know.
They're shifting people around. They moved Sammy over. They moved Roman and LA Knight to Raw. So I think they're just kind of trying to reset. And they're not doing a draft this year.
Which keep in mind when we do our rankings, it might not reflect that.
Yeah, we're gonna do based on what we had. But no, that was SmackDown. So yeah, I same thing. It was. I sat through with the kids. Me and the kids had fun making fun of the wrestlers. So. It was entertaining there, but I was not overly impressed by the night itself.
Same. So I was going to say something else at the end of that, and I don't remember what it was now. So maybe I'll think of it in the next video that we're going to record many days from now.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for tuning in to our SmackDown recap.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you. Like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell, tell all your friends.
Hit the bell, get those notifications.
Yeah, knock on all your neighbors' doors.
School's starting back up. All
Tell
your
them.
kids, tell all your classmates.
Our average viewer is between 35 and 45. So I don't think, well, some of them could be in school. I don't know. That's probably us. Who
My
knows?
kids will be telling their classmates.
Yes, you do that. Kids, tell your friends. Until then, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.